Welcome to What's Your I Can Conversations, the podcast that brings the pages of What's Your I Can, realize your I can, in purpose, business, and family to life. I'm your host, Kristy Angelee, national single mom speaker, businesswoman, writer, and media personality. And I'm delighted to have you join us on this journey. Get ready because we're here to amplify the voices of single moms, celebrate their achievements, challenge stereotypes, raise awareness, and more. But that's not all. In addition to our regular episodes, we're making room for our children with our Kidpreneur Conversations, where we hear from young entrepreneurs as they share their inspiring journeys. Through these conversations, we aim to foster a deeper connection with God, a vital element as we collectively reimagine our future together. Today, I am thrilled to introduce to you our guest, the incredible Latha. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Okay, now you got to tell me, did I say it right?
Yes. Yes.
Practicing. Yes.
Yes.
So, how is everything your way? How's your day so far?
It's going good. It's Halloween. so so we are all excited about the Halloween, and then we had a party a few days ago for
Mhm.
Halloween. So everything is going great.
Oh, awesome. So all the candy, so y'all have been stuffed with candy, all the treats, the cookies and all the things, right? So you guys well, tonight we are doing a fall festival at my church. So that's what we're getting ready for tonight.
Okay.
And on top of that, I have football practice with my son. So I'm trying to divide my time in going to football practice and the fall festival at our church on tonight. So I'm pretty sure that you all had a blast in your celebrations as well. So we had a chance to talk before the show, and you were telling me some really amazing events that has taken place in your life and how you have, had to overcome those different
Hmm.
challenges. Okay, so just let's share from what we were talking about. You've
Okay.
been a single mom and you have two children. Let's talk
Yes.
about that.
Yes, so I've been a single mom for the last 8 years, and my I have two daughters, girls. The older one is 23, and the little one is 15. She's soon going to be 16. And my single mom story is probably different from a lot others because it's a lot more intensive. My older one is also special needs, and she needs a lot of care and attention. So living in a country with no family, and having two kids and raising them all alone for the last 8 years with no child support, and with their dad not being
Mm,
here in the US, is not an easy journey.
mhm,
But I'm proud of how far me and the girls have come along, and how good it is for us. They I mean, I realized to understand my fullest potential, my strength strength only in this journey the last 8 years. And then the little one has become a strong young woman, putting her sister before herself, and the older one, her health issues is also getting so much better, and there is so
mhm.
much peace and stability and love in the home. And I think I would not wish any other life than what I'm living right now. So this is the best life
Mhm.
I'm living. Yeah.
Okay, ladies, I know this is like a hard thing to believe because I hear a lot of single moms. They always say the opposite. So if you're listening to this podcast, I know that you're going to have a shift in your way of thinking, and you're probably wondering how on God's green earth is being a single mom the best life you can live. What got you to that point? So, I want to know
Yes,
how
yes,
did you
yes.
come up with that?
Yes,
Because
because
somebody
I
is
was
chewing you out right now. Somebody's like, girl, you crazy.
yes, because like I was married for 15 years to that dad of my girls, and there was domestic violence and abuse, so all
Mm,
15 years. And I think it was an arranged marriage. My parents found my ex-husband, and coming from a different culture, so I was not even
mhm,
sure what's going on, and I always used to think that this is going to change after I have a kid. And once I had the first
mhm.
kid, and I'm thinking this is going to change after I have the next kid. So like half the time he was really nice and went above and beyond, but then the remaining half it was just dropping me from a roller coaster to the bottom, which is so
Wow.
common with abuse and abusers and stuff. So I think and then only my older one's issues were only like a learning disability when she was little. Her
Mhm.
only when she got older, around 16, is when her first autism testing was done. So I think I
Okay.
got to a point where I realized that if I start putting up with my marital issues, then I'm going to lose my daughter, because my daughter is
Mhm.
what she I mean my daughter needs me so much now, and she needs such a stable, peaceful family than my marriage or anything else. So I think it is that courage that I have to take care of my daughter and be there for her, and the love for my daughter, my older one, with all these more issues and health issues when she was 12, 13, and then it peaked when she was 16. So that's what I think really
Mhm.
gave me the courage to go for the divorce.
Mhm.
And it was hard at the beginning. She used to be at hospitals when she was 16, and then the hormones were at its peak, and we had such a hard time stabilizing her. But it has gotten only better ever since then. And
Mhm.
since I don't have family, like we have caregivers helping, and then we have so many friends, neighbors, almost everyone
Mhm.
has become family family. And
Mhm.
the little one has always put her sister before herself, and she's super independent. And then the older ones health issues, we started doing more functional medicine and homeopathy, and we have some new
Mhm.
diagnosis of an autoimmune condition. So with all that, she has come a long way too. And I
Mhm.
did it all with no child support in the last 8 years, and
Wow.
then without any support. so, so I'm just
Yeah.
grateful for all the people who was in my life all these years, and who loved the girls and me so much, and made it work. And it's also God's blessing that He sends the right people at the right time into your life. And they were all more concerned about my daughter's health, and they often
Mhm.
inquire about her, and all that. So I think anything is possible. If I can do this, any other single mom can totally do this. Because without a
Yeah.
family and coming from a different cultural background, and
Mhm.
with a kid with so many needs, and all that.
Mhm.
So I think that's what I tell my other friends. And if they have like special needs kids and they're married, and so I always tell them, if I can do this, you can totally conquer the
Mhm.
world, because you have a husband, and you have family, and you have so many other
Mhm.
support systems. Because my parents wanted me to move back to India, because they didn't want me to suffer here alone without any support system, and with my daughter's conditions. But I just wanted to stay here so my daughters can get a better life, and my older one
Mhm.
can have better opportunities for employment and other things too. So that's the reason I didn't want to move back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah,
Hats
thank
off
you.
to you.
Thank you.
This just made my afternoon, and the joy that you express, and the
Yes.
vibrancy, the energy that you're giving, is just so, I would say, infectious. I absolutely love the fact that you said yes to being a guest on Candid Single Moms Conversations, and you expressing the challenges, but the events that has taken place in your life to allow you to not only, see the strengths that you have, but watch your children blossom as well,
Yes.
and to see how they are, responding to the different challenges that they're faced with. Your daughter is being such a helper with your
Mhm.
older daughter, and your older daughter is improving in her health, and finding her place, and finding her why, and finding her reason to be, because I'm pretty sure that she has had her, questions about why she's even here, or what's the purpose, or wanting you to, maybe feel like, mom, you could do so much better. How is that really? How was that talk with you all, in that sense of her being 23 and from 16 and dealing with a different, aspect of health challenges. And I know you said that getting her hormones under control and all of that,
Mhm.
so during that time period, what did that look like for her as well as for you?
Yes. So my older daughter, she's such a sweet girl, and she has such a smile, such a great smile. Everyone that knows her loves her so much, and that's such a blessing. But also when she has all these outbreaks and meltdowns, she couldn't control herself, and the hard part for me is having her go through all this and suffer, like seeing her suffer. And I love her so
Mhm,
much. I think she's the first blessing that I got in this marriage, because I don't even know why I got married to this man. And I was
mhm,
just so much down. But she was born the second year of our marriage, a few
mhm,
days after our second anniversary. So I think really that was such a light in my life. So I love her so
mhm,
much, and I can totally see that she loves me so much too. So anytime when she has meltdowns, after that she apologizes and cries. And then I learned a lot myself on how to deal with all her conditions, because this was not given to me the day that she was born, or a few
mhm,
years, a couple of years, like 2 year or 3 year diagnosis when she was 2 or 3. But
mhm,
this was only a diagnosis that happened at 16. So I had to go counseling myself, because I'm also
mhm,
dealing with a divorce, but I'm also dealing with my daughter, who was so sweet and she was like so innocent and sweet, and all of a sudden she had a lot of regression, and then we put her on psychiatric medications. Then she starts acting violent, and so it was almost like she turned into a completely different person. And that daughter who I have
yeah.
known for the 12, 13 years is somebody else now. So that was a lot of
Mhm,
trauma, and I didn't know how to process it. So I had to go counseling, and I also started networking with a lot of other special needs parents. So that
mhm,
gave me a lot of knowledge on how I should act. And then the behavior therapists, they come and tell that what needs to be done, and everything. Yeah, so she likes singing, she does art, she does special olympics, she volunteers at a
mhm.
church here, near my home. so um
Yay.
so all those, and then we have recently started functional medicine and homeopathy, and got a new diagnosis of an autoimmune condition. So that diagnosis, I was so happy to see that diagnosis, because it was almost like there is no light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't
Mhm,
even have strategies. And I always want to bring her back to how she was when she was 12 and 13.
mhm,
That's when her health started derailing. So I think it's she's so happy and proud of how she has gotten better, and how far she has come along. She loves her sister very much. She loves all the people too, like the caregivers and my friends. And even if the caregivers quit the job, and she still asks about them a lot, and some of them even come to
mhm,
visit her even when they are not working for our family. So I'm
mhm,
I'm really hopeful that in the next 2 3 years she'll be a lot more like, she's taking some Zoom online college courses, and then she wants to
mhm.
become an animal caretaker.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just feel the stars are all aligning rightly for her. And I think the difficult times that have gone that have gone through we have gone through all those difficult times, and it has only gotten better, and it's only going to get better better from now on. Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And that you talked about, you all gave each other space, that grace space, that
Mhm.
space to, when she had a meltdown, you had to understand. And when
Yes,
you had a meltdown, she had to come from a place of understanding as well, because this is new to both of you guys,
yes,
and
yes.
trying to learn how to parent well, and for
Hmm.
her, how to be a daughter. Like
Hmm.
this is, so
Hmm.
how does that look and how does it work? And then your baby girl stepping in as well, and um
Yes.
having all of you all coming together and
Hmm.
just loving on one another, and not playing the I like this child better or all that, because that can be a big thing in the family as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
People are pitting your family against one another, your children,
Hmm.
or you're listening to negative talk, but you found a supportive group away
Yes.
from home. You decided not to go back to India. You
Yes.
understood your why for being in America, and you are living proof that if you stick to your why, anything is possible.
Yes, anything is possible. I think my little one was only 7 and 8 when the divorce happened, and she was such a bubbly girl and always wanted to do different things. And I told myself that I'm not going to be sad or just because of my older one's issues or my husband being divorced. There is this little girl who is bubbly, and she is 7, and so I want her to see me happy. I want that happiness is contagious. So that's a challenge and the and an oath that I took upon myself, that I want
Mhm.
to be happy, and so that my little daughter can see me happy, and my older daughter, I know she has her own issues, but still I should be. My little one is having her 7th year and 8th year only now, like for the first time in her life, and I want to be the sunshine for her. And also I do a lot of like I do running, personal training, a lot of
Mhm.
yoga and meditation, because I don't want to drown in this storm and not be there for my
Mhm.
girls. And my little one
Mm.
has grown up so nice. There is a really good camp that my older one goes to. It's called Camp. My little one went as a volunteer this year to Camp, and she volunteered for a whole week, being a one-on-one attendant to another kid with special needs.
Wow.
And she has taken some Zoom classes like art and baking, to other special needs
Uh-huh.
kids. And I mean,
Mhm.
she really wants to help other people, like her sister,
Mhm.
and she is such a good advocate. And also she does this EMS volunteering, so she gets to volunteer in the EMS, like ride outs 12 hours a day, and she's been really passionate about the EMS volunteering camp. And she's also really good with art, baking, creative writing. So she has so many talents. And sometimes when I
Mhm.
see her, she's going to be 16 in January. I think that
Mhm.
even when her dad was here, she wouldn't have gotten into a place that she is right now, because I mean,
Mhm.
when he was there was definitely going to be a lot more confusions, a lot more
Mhm.
inhibitions. So she has grown up beautifully and strong, and she's a blessing not only to me and her sister, but also to so many other people, like in camp. And the counselor has appreciated her for paying attention to detail and helping that kid with diabetes. She had diabetes and
Mhm.
special needs, so she paid attention to detail, and she was so watchful of that young adult. And then my little one also puts her sister before herself. So even like when I go and tell her something, and if my older one wants the attention, she tells mom, go take care of the sister. I'm okay. So she does that too. And it's such a blessing to see the girls blossom into what they
Mhm.
are now. And I think it's is I'm just I would not I love my life this way, and seeing my girls
Mhm.
blossom this way. And I think I love them so much that I would not want it any other way. Any other way. So
Yeah.
yes.
Listen, ladies, whoever again may be listening in, find that space so that you can have this same type of mindset. Change it from it. And I think it also has to do with your community, the
Hmm.
the, the way that the environment that you're around, who you're listening to,
Hmm.
and how you are choosing to. I see the experiences of someone else, of another single mom who's holding on to all of the negative of a broken
Hmm.
relationship and not allowing herself to see the positive. And so
Hmm.
she's listening to other single moms who may be in that same type of, negative space. And all they're talking about, I'm not getting paid child support. I'm not doing, he ain't doing it. All of this. And it's just causing you to not see the beauty in where
Hmm.
you are. There's beauty in ashes.
Hmm.
There is beauty. We got to look for it. And I see that you found it. You looked for it. You saw it in your children. You saw it in the way they were bubbly and their energetic personality. And you said, I want that. So that gave you your, I feel like, inspired you, like, I want to keep this. In order for
Hmm.
me to keep this, I have to do something different. So you said you do running,
Hmm.
meditation,
Yes, and I
and
see a personal trainer twice a week.
personal trainer twice
Yes,
a week, so
yes,
that your self-care journey that will
yes.
help you be in that space that you want to create. We're in charge of our atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
We are in charge of the energy that comes in, the energy that goes out. And what we put in, that's what's going to, be in that space and what we allow to come in, right? So I am so excited to hear that you have strategies in place, even if it's like last minute strategies because you didn't know the story or how your daughter, life would change at 16. So it's like I didn't have a strategy for that, you
Yes.
know,
Mm-hmm.
but the way that you took it without, feeling as if your life has ended and all the why me's, you
Mm-hmm.
took it and like, oh, I know my daughter when she was this, and this is the lifestyle I want her to continue to know. And you work. Much kudos to you.
Thank you.
How You're welcome. So, in all of this, how do you balance the demands of being a single parent with your personal life and career?
Yes, yeah, it's kind of challenging
Mhm,
to meet all the ends together, but I'm making it. I have a job where I work from home all the time. But before the
mhm,
pandemic, I used to go to work twice a week. But when my daughter had all the issues when she was 16 and she used to be at hospitals a lot, my company allowed me, like I used to have multiple doctor appointments and stuff. So my
mhm,
company, they were really flexible and they let me take care of my daughter, and I consider that as a big blessing. And then I had caregivers. We got a program called HCS, so I can had caregivers. So some of the caregivers were almost part of the family, and they were stayed with us for 2 or 3 years, the same caregiver. So they loved the girls so much, and they were almost part of the family. So that's a big blessing too. And then sometimes the caregivers used to get super excited when I tell them I'm going to go to yoga class, or I'm going to try a new hobby, because they want me to go out and take care of myself,
mhm,
so I can be there for the girls and better take care of the girls after my I mean, and then sometimes the girls the caregivers and some of the friends get super excited when my older one does something really good, and they compliment, and I
mhm,
get excited seeing them excited excited. So
mhm,
it's not easy, it's such a challenging thing, but still
mhm,
it is doable. It
mhm,
was doable, and all these people were God's blessings too, to make it happen, and then the job and the flexibility, and all that. So so it's not easy, but
yeah.
but it is possible.
It is
Yes.
possible.
My when my ex
Right.
Yes, when my ex-husband left the country, he said that I cannot survive here 2 weeks without him. So he had all these things, and
Wow.
he said that nobody in the Indian community would accept me as a friend because I'm a divorced single mom, and that's not too
Ooh.
common. So he said all these bad things, that I will not survive here without him even for 2 weeks. But it's been
Mhm.
8 years with no child support, so I'm also financially paying for everything.
Yeah.
And I'm living a much better life than what I lived with him for the last 15 years.
Listen, I am living the blessed life. I absolutely love it because
Yes.
that was a trick of the enemy. That was a lies of someone that is bitter and someone
Yeah.
that, who felt as if their life was ending and they wanted to
Mhm.
pull you down in that same path. But look
Mhm.
at you.
Yes.
Wow. Ladies, listen, whoever, I just want you all to plug in, okay? I want you all to leave your comments. I want you all to give her much love and applause and share your questions. Maybe that, she could help you walk through some of your never in your wildest dreams moments, or even some places that like, how do I navigate this, right? So she has some strategies that, even though she found herself at the last minute in some in some situations, but she had the right mindset. You had the right mindset. If you could go back, and I want to say this because I'm thinking about your marriage and
Hmm.
everything. Okay.
Yes.
And you said that your marriage was an arranged marriage.
Hmm.
And so I want to know from now what you know
Hmm.
and living in America and the freedom that you have and how you feel about arranged marriages and all these things. If you could go back and tell your younger you one thing that you would do differently, what would that be?
Definitely not an arranged marriage.
Okay.
And even if it was an arranged marriage or a love marriage, if you see the first signs of somebody being abusive, or then just get rid of them right away. Don't wait for 15 years. And I think
Hmm.
I got married when I was 24, and I've not seen my dad
Okay.
or my two brothers act like the way like my ex-husband
Hmm.
doing, was treating me. And then we moved right after marriage to us. We moved to Omaha,
Hmm.
Nebraska. That was the very first place in the
Okay.
us that I moved after the wedding. So I think girls should be more empowered. Maybe they should not get married at 24. They have to become a lot more matured and empowered
Hmm.
before they get married. And I will not recommend an arranged marriage to both my daughters at all, at all. And also, even if it's not an arranged marriage, there are still possibilities, but you have to stay empowered, and you have to have the courage to say no. And at the end of the day, a peaceful home, even though it's a poor home or a rich home, but a peaceful,
Yeah.
stable home with nurturing parents is what the kids need the most. And once
Hmm.
we give that to the kids, then they develop into more stable human beings, who are able to
Hmm.
fight all the challenges in the world that the world throws
Hmm.
across them. At the end of the day, peace is so important, and a peaceful, stable family with a lot of love
Hmm.
is and nurturing is so important for the kids than whether it's a single parent or a two parent household. Yeah.
Yeah. You're such a joy. You're such a delight. Can you share some of, and I know you've been talking about some of the rewards and aspects of being a single mom, but
Hmm.
is there anything else you would like to share that you could say the most rewarding aspect? Is there one thing that like, oh, the most rewarding aspect of being a single mom is this?
I think the most rewarding aspect is probably finding your own strength, because when you have to be strong because there is no other option. That's when you realize the
Mm-hmm.
maximum strength, and which
Mm-hmm.
also makes me super proud right now. So I think I was not even aware of my own potential even when I was younger. When I got married, or even in my 30s. I got divorced only in late 30s. So I think
Mm-hmm.
finding out your own potential and makes maximizing your potential and your strength, that's something that I'm really super proud of, and that's rewarding. And you created a beautiful family with that potential and strength and the positivity. Yeah, being positive and always being a sunshine sunshine, and be positive to not only your kids but your friends, family, everyone around you. And not
Mm-hmm.
having any removing or eliminating all the negativities, and just being positive. And there are so many
Mm-hmm.
options, and nothing is really impossible. So so I think everything is possible. And having faith.
Mm-hmm.
Faith, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for having your faith to be developed during these times,
Hmm.
especially like you say stated everything, because I hear a lot of people, just here in the United States, they're having their challenges. It's hard, but you come from a whole different country,
Hmm.
whole different culture, a whole different set of, a way of thinking and life, to a place where a culture shock for real, like a big, so having to learn you in a different,
Hmm.
country. How
Yes.
did that look for you? Like you learning you as a woman in a different country, not just being a single mom, but being a woman, and now a single woman. Like I need to pick your brain for a moment.
Yes. So I look at all the good empowering women, whichever country they are from.
Mm,
So I think a lot of the women in the US are empowered, and even in India too. So I have so many friends. Like, I have Indian friends, I have white friends, I have Chinese friends, I have black friends. So I think just taking the best of both cultures is really good. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think taking the best out of any culture is really good. And teaching the same to your kids. So I don't feel any different, because a lot of the US women too have accepted me as their sisters, and they are very
mhm,
helpful. They were so helpful, neighbors were so helpful. So a lot of good friendships, both Indian ladies in the US and also the US ladies.
mhm,
And sometimes they think that I'm so easy to get along, and they share their stories with
mhm,
me, and without any hesitation, or I'm from a different culture. Or so being a sister to everyone, and
mhm,
accepting good friendships and good people around the world.
mhm,
And then the kids also look at me and think that, mom, I have to be productive like you, I have to be strong like you, I have to be hard worker like you. So you instill so many qualities as a single mom in
Mhm.
your children, which are so good for their life. They're, I mean, they're seeing you living the life lesson every day, every day.
Mhm.
So I think that is really inspiring to them. Yes.
Amazing. I think you have it. You have the essence. You have
Yes.
what it takes to thrive anywhere,
Yes.
because of your mindset.
Yeah.
And if you are like you have been placed in, Omaha, now you are in, a whole different city, a whole different state, and learning how to thrive and just become I would say a community, advocate, just, bringing people together with your warm personality. It's such an amazing thing. And looking at everyone as a sister. I love that. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your journey with
Yes.
me, with us, with everyone. What advice would you leave with a single mom who may be facing similar challenges? Advice, and are there any resources that you can automatically think off the top of your head?
I would just say, like, if you're not happy with your relationship or husband or boyfriend, I think it's not worth it staying. You can do a lot better being single, and the world comes around to help you. And so it's not worth it to be like in an unpeaceful situation. And there are so many resources. Um, like one resource was Asian family support group. When I first got divorced, they were helpful. So like that, there, I mean, the entire universe comes to your favor and honor. But the one thing that you have to take is being brave and leave the abusive relationships, so
Mhm.
you can create a beautiful life for you and your kids. And I know it's hard. I mean, I think in my situation, it's hard, and it doesn't happen right away. It takes multiple tries to leave those abusive situations. I think in my case, the real decision maker was seeing my daughter suffer, and my ex-husband
Mhm.
didn't accept her having even a learning disability, so he wouldn't have accepted her having autism and all these other violent behaviors. So acceptance, and I love my daughter. So you love your kids, and you want a beautiful life for them. So you just need to take one little step and that is to end the unpeaceful abusive situationships, and then everything falls in place.
Amazing story. Thank you so much. Oh my
Thank
gosh, I
you.
absolutely love it. I
Thanks for
I just
having
want
me.
to give you
Yeah.
a hug. I'm so excited. You're so welcome.
We'll give a virtual hug. Yeah.
I know, I got
Yes.
it. Thank you for
Thank
joining us
you.
today on
Yes.
What's Your I Can Conversations. We hope you found this episode insightful and engaging. If you enjoyed what you heard, please consider subscribing to our podcast and leaving us a review. Your feedback means the world to us and helps others discover our show. Don't forget to visit my website, linktree/Kristy Angelee, for more resources and to stay updated on our latest episodes. Make sure you have clicked that notification bell. And as always, if you have a topic you'd like us to explore or a guest you'd like to hear from, feel free to reach out to us on social media or by leaving a comment below. Until next time, remember that you can be brave. You have what it takes. It is possible. Take care and stay tuned for more every Friday.
Thank you.